Have you ever wondered why your feet feel numb or painful after eating healthy foods like walnuts? You may have believed you were doing your body a favor by snacking on this heart-healthy nut, but when combined with certain foods, walnuts can silently work against you, especially if you're over 60. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to specific food interactions. What once felt harmless could now be increasing inflammation, worsening nerve pain, and triggering dangerous conditions like peripheral neuropathy. For seniors dealing with tingling, numbness, or burning sensations in the feet, understanding what not to eat with walnuts is crucial. Below are 5 common foods that you must avoid pairing with walnuts if you want to protect your feet and your independence. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. Processed meats like bacon, sausages, ham. For many older Americans, the aroma of sizzling bacon on a Sunday morning brings back memories. Family breakfast, holiday gatherings, comfort. It's familiar, it's nostalgic, and it's quietly harmful when paired with something as seemingly innocent as walnuts. You see, walnuts are praised for their heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids and their ability to reduce inflammation. But here's what few people talk about. When you eat walnuts together with processed meats like bacon, ham, or sausages, you're creating a hidden storm inside your body, one that hits older adults the hardest. Processed meats are packed with sodium nitrates, artificial preservatives, and saturated fats. On their own, these ingredients are already taxing for aging bodies. But mixed with walnuts, this duo can trigger a surge of inflammatory responses, particularly in the peripheral nerves, the ones responsible for sensation in your feet and legs. For seniors whose circulation and nerve function may already be compromised due to age, diabetes, or arthritis, this combination can become dangerous. The result? A noticeable increase in foot pain, burning sensations, tingling in the toes, and overall numbness. It may start subtly. Perhaps you find your feet falling asleep more often, or you begin to lose your balance. But make no mistake, these are warning signs, signs that your nerves are inflamed, overworked, and possibly starting to deteriorate. What makes it worse is that these symptoms are often dismissed. It's just old age, many say, but it's not just aging, it's inflammation, and it's made worse by what you eat together. Even more alarming is that this combination may reduce your nerve regeneration capacity, meaning once damage is done, recovery is slower, if it happens at all. For some seniors, this has led to a permanent loss of feeling in their feet, which raises the risk of falls, foot injuries, and in more severe cases, even amputations. So while that crispy strip of bacon beside a handful of walnuts might look harmless on your breakfast plate, it's worth asking yourself, is the flavor worth the risk to your mobility and independence? Now, if this surprised you, wait until you hear what happens when walnuts meet sugar. The effects on your nerves may be even more immediate and far more dangerous. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. Refined sugar or high sugar desserts. There's a certain comfort in sweet things. A slice of cake after Sunday supper, a few cookies during afternoon tea, or even a flavored yogurt that promises low fat but is quietly packed with sugar. These treats feel innocent, tiny pleasures that bring a smile. But for seniors, especially those who enjoy walnuts as part of their daily diet, these sugary indulgences could be feeding something far more dangerous, the slow, silent destruction of your nerve health. Walnuts are well known for their natural ability to regulate blood sugar and support brain and heart function. But when combined with foods high in refined sugar, their benefits are not just canceled out, they're reversed. This seemingly harmless combination can ignite dangerous spikes in blood glucose, leading to increased inflammation, oxidative stress, and long term nerve damage, particularly in your extremities like your feet. If you've ever experienced a burning sensation in your soles or a creeping numbness in your toes after a sweet snack, that is not a coincidence. As we age, our nerves become more fragile. The small capillaries that carry blood and oxygen to our extremities weaken, and excess sugar makes this worse. It stiffens arteries, reduces circulation, and literally starves the nerves in your feet. Now, when walnuts, a powerful natural anti inflammatory, are eaten alongside sugary desserts, the body's systems clash. Your body is trying to heal while also fighting a chemical assault from sugar. In the end, your nerves lose that battle. The effects aren't just physical, they can touch every part of your life. Think about it. Numb feet mean less stability. Less stability means fewer walks, less confidence behind the wheel, and more fear of falling. It starts small, skipping a walk outside because your legs feel off. But over time, it becomes a loss of freedom, a loss of independence. Many seniors don't connect their sugar habits to their foot pain. The tingling, the burning, the icy cold sensations in the middle of the night, all signs that nerve health is slipping away. And when those signals are ignored, the damage becomes harder to reverse. So, next time you're craving that sugary treat, especially with walnuts on your plate, ask yourself, is this sweet moment worth the long term suffering in your feet? Now, if you think sugar was a surprising culprit, wait until we uncover the hidden damage caused by something even more socially accepted: a glass of wine with your walnuts. The effects may be deeper than you imagine. How are you feeling today? If your legs feel a little heavy, try sipping a warm cup of ginger tea. It can do wonders for circulation and your spirit. 3. Alcohol, including wine, beer, or liquor. For many seniors, a glass of wine with dinner or a sip of bourbon by the fire feels like one of life's small pleasures, earned through decades of hard work, family memories, and resilience. It's a ritual, a sign of comfort and enjoyment. But what most older adults don't realize is that when alcohol is consumed alongside walnuts, it can trigger a hidden process in the body that may quietly accelerate nerve damage, especially in the feet and legs. Walnuts are rich in omega-3s, magnesium, and B vitamins, nutrients that play a vital role in keeping the nervous system healthy. In isolation, walnuts offer real benefits for the aging brain and circulatory system. However, when paired with alcohol, those same nutrients become harder for your body to absorb. Alcohol blocks the absorption of vitamin B1, thiamine, B6, B12, and folate, all of which are essential for nerve repair and function. Without them, nerves begin to suffer, starting with a loss of sensitivity in the feet, strange tingling sensations, and over time, more serious nerve degeneration. The danger doesn't stop at nutrient depletion. Alcohol also acts as a neurotoxin, especially when the liver and kidneys are less efficient, which is often the case with age. Combined with the fatty acids in walnuts, the body may experience increased oxidative stress, further inflaming nerves and breaking down communication between the brain and the extremities. It becomes harder for your body to send signals down to your toes, leading to poor coordination, numbness, or even sharp stabbing pains in the night that disturb your sleep. And let's not forget the emotional toll. Losing feeling in your feet means more than physical discomfort. It means losing confidence in your balance, walking less, moving slower, and fearing a fall with every step. Many seniors retreat from their normal routines because their body no longer feels safe and they don't know why. But the answer could be as simple and as unexpected as what's on their dinner plate and in their glass. So, while that evening drink may seem harmless, pairing it with walnuts, no matter how health conscious it appears, can gradually erode the very systems you rely on to stay independent. Still, the threat doesn't end here. Imagine the foods we think of as vegetables, healthy, fresh, good for the heart, actually making nerve pain worse when combined with walnuts. The next item on the list may shock you. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Nightshade vegetables like tomatoes, eggplant, potatoes. At first glance, vegetables like tomatoes, eggplant, and potatoes don't raise any alarms. In fact, many seniors have grown up with these foods as staples: roasted potatoes with dinner, fresh tomatoes from the garden, eggplant parmigiana on a Sunday night. They're colorful, delicious, and often considered part of a healthy plate. But what many don't know is that these common vegetables belong to a group called nightshades, and when eaten alongside walnuts, they may contribute to something far more serious than just an upset stomach: chronic nerve pain, inflammation, and worsening numbness in the feet. Nightshades contain a naturally occurring chemical called solanine, which in small amounts is not toxic for everyone. But for older adults, especially those already dealing with nerve sensitivity, arthritis, or circulation issues, solanine can quietly stir up inflammation in the joints and nerves. And when paired with walnuts, which are dense in healthy fats and bioactive compounds, the body's inflammatory response may intensify. What's meant to be anti inflammatory turns reactive. It doesn't always show up right away. Maybe your feet feel heavier after meals. Maybe there's a dull ache in your legs when you lie down at night, or a stiffness in your ankles that wasn't there before. You might think it's just aging, but aging doesn't have to come with pain. These subtle shifts in your body could be your nerves sending out distress signals, warning that the food combinations you've trusted for years are now working against you. The most troubling part is that the pain from nightshades is often misdiagnosed. It mimics arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, or just normal soreness. But when seniors remove nightshades from their diet, or at least avoid eating them with walnuts, many report clearer mobility, less swelling in their feet, and fewer sleepless nights spent tossing because of aching legs. We often hear that food is medicine, but what's rarely said is that some combinations of healthy foods can act like poison, especially in older, more vulnerable bodies. When you eat nightshades and walnuts together, you may be unknowingly feeding an inflammatory cycle that chips away at your independence, one step at a time. And if these everyday vegetables can do this, imagine what happens when you combine walnuts with something as seemingly healthy as soy-based foods. The next hidden danger may already be in your fridge. 5. Soy-based foods: tofu, soy milk, edamame. For years, soy has been marketed as a miracle food, high in protein, low in fat, heart-friendly. For health-conscious seniors, adding tofu to stir fries or swapping dairy for soy milk often feels like the right choice. But behind this wholesome image lies a subtle, rarely discussed danger, especially when soy is consumed alongside walnuts. What you think is helping your body might actually be robbing it of the very nutrients it needs to stay strong, particularly in your nerves and lower limbs. The issue lies in phytoestrogens, plant-based compounds found in soy that mimic estrogen in the body. While that might sound harmless, these compounds can interfere with your body's ability to absorb and regulate key minerals like calcium, magnesium, and zinc. These minerals are essential for nerve health and muscle coordination. And for older adults, even a small imbalance can lead to significant consequences, such as numbness in the feet, tingling sensations in the legs, and muscle cramping that seems to come out of nowhere. Now, add walnuts into the mix. Walnuts are rich in healthy fats and trace minerals, but they also rely on a well functioning digestive and metabolic system to deliver their benefits. When eaten with soy, however, the absorption of those minerals may be blocked or weakened. It's like preparing a nutritious meal and then locking the door before your body can receive the good it was meant to do. What begins as occasional fatigue or a strange heaviness in your legs after meals can gradually become something more persistent, an unsteady gait, weaker steps, or even loss of balance. Seniors often blame these symptoms on aging, but the real culprit might be what's on your plate. Soy and walnuts may both be healthy on their own, but together they can create the perfect storm for nerve irritation and mineral depletion, especially in those over 60 whose systems don't bounce back the way they used to. If you've felt unusually tired after meals, notice that your feet fall asleep more often, or wake up with dull aches in your lower legs, it may be time to rethink how these foods interact inside your body. Healing and strength start at the cellular level, and your nerves, especially in your feet, are paying close attention. But food isn't the only threat. There's one more overlooked mistake many seniors make with walnuts, a dangerous timing error that can affect how your body processes even the healthiest meals. And it's happening in more homes than you'd expect. 6. The hidden cost. It's not just about your feet. When you feel numbness in your feet or a tingling in your toes, it's easy to dismiss it as just part of getting older. Maybe you think you just sat too long or wore the wrong shoes. But what if those small discomforts are actually warnings? Quiet signals from your body telling you that something deeper is happening. Because here's the truth. It's not just about your feet. It's about your whole life. Your feet are your foundation. They carry you through your days, help you maintain balance, and give you the freedom to move, explore, and live independently. When sensation in your feet begins to fade or pain becomes constant, it doesn't stop there. It begins to change how you move, how you feel, and what you're able to do. You might start avoiding walks outside or hesitate to climb stairs. You may feel unsure in the shower, unsteady in the kitchen, or fearful of falling on a sidewalk. That fear slowly chips away at your confidence, and without confidence, independence starts to slip through your fingers. For many seniors, this loss begins so subtly that it's almost invisible, until it isn't. A missed step, a sudden fall, a bruise that won't heal, a trip to the emergency room, all because the feet, those often overlooked parts of our bodies, were quietly suffering. And in many cases, it's not due to bad luck or aging. It's the result of years of inflammation, poor circulation, and nerve damage fed unknowingly by the food choices we make every day. That's the hidden cost. It's not just discomfort in your toes. It's the loss of ease, the loss of movement, the loss of freedom. And once it starts, it becomes much harder to reverse. That's why awareness matters now. The foods you eat today, especially how you combine them, could be protecting you or pushing you toward a future of limited mobility and increased dependency. But what if preventing this decline wasn't as hard as you think? What if the key to preserving your independence and restoring energy in your legs wasn't in a pill, but in something much simpler: timing? There's one mistake many seniors make when eating walnuts, even with healthy meals, and fixing it could change everything. 7. What should seniors do instead? When you begin to understand how food combinations quietly influence your body, especially your nerves, it becomes clear that wellness in your later years isn't just about what you eat, but how and when you eat it. For seniors, small dietary adjustments can lead to big shifts in mobility, pain levels, and overall vitality. You don't need to give up walnuts or live in fear of every bite, but you do need to become more thoughtful because now you know certain pairings, though seemingly healthy, can do more harm than good. Start by treating walnuts as a standalone ally, not a sidekick to meals filled with processed meats, sugar, alcohol, or heavy starches. Enjoy them as a mid-morning snack, paired with a glass of water or herbal tea when your digestion is most active. This allows your body to fully absorb their anti-inflammatory and heart protective properties without interference. Timing matters. When you eat the right food at the wrong time or in the wrong combination, your body pays a quiet price. Be conscious of how your body responds to meals. If your legs feel heavy, your feet go numb, or you find yourself waking up with tingling in your toes, pause and reflect on what you ate that day. Food doesn't lie. It speaks to you through your symptoms. Learning to listen is a skill that can truly transform your health. Also, make hydration a priority. Seniors often overlook water, yet it's crucial for flushing toxins, regulating blood sugar, and supporting nerve function. Add gentle daily movement. Just 10 minutes of walking after meals can improve circulation in the feet and lower legs. And perhaps most importantly, don't ignore small signs. That dull ache in your arch or numbness in your big toe may be your body's early cry for help. Listening early means you still have the chance to protect your independence, your balance, your ability to live life on your own terms. Health after 60 isn't about being perfect, it's about being wise. And wisdom starts with paying attention. You now hold a powerful truth. Food can be your healer, or it can be your silent saboteur. But beyond all the nutritional advice, there's still one deeper question that many seniors overlook. What does it truly mean to live well and age with strength and clarity? The final insight might surprise you. Wisdom in every bite, reclaiming health, one choice at a time. Aging is not a punishment, it's a privilege. But with that privilege comes responsibility. The responsibility to care for our bodies with greater awareness and deeper respect than ever before. We no longer have the resilience we once did in our 30s or 40s. Our systems are more delicate, more reactive, and more honest about what they can tolerate. And food, something we once ate without a second thought, now speaks volumes through the aches in our feet, the tingling in our legs, and the way our balance feels less certain day by day. I speak from experience. I spent years believing I was eating well, walnuts in my morning oatmeal, tomatoes in my lunch salad, a glass of wine with dinner. It all sounded healthy. But I wasn't paying attention to the signs. The numbness in my feet crept in slowly, the stiffness in my legs after meals, the fatigue that felt deeper than just aging. For the longest time, I thought, this is just what getting older feels like. But I was wrong. It wasn't age. It was inflammation. It was poor combinations. It was my body pleading for better choices. It wasn't until I began learning about how certain foods interact, especially with walnuts, that things started to change. Once I separated the good from the dangerous pairings, once I gave my body space to process the nutrients properly, I noticed something remarkable. My energy returned, my steps felt lighter, and that haunting numbness began to fade. It wasn't a miracle. It was simply awareness and consistency. The lesson I learned is this: health at our age isn't about restriction, it's about wisdom. It's about tuning into the quieter signals, trusting our intuition, and being brave enough to change old habits. Because every choice we make today either protects or erodes the life we'll live tomorrow. We can either move with freedom or fear every step. We can enjoy our meals or unknowingly invite pain into our bodies. So I offer this not as a lecture, but as a reminder from one elder to another. Your health is still in your hands. Every bite, every combination, every decision counts. It's never too late to listen to your body, adjust your habits, and reclaim the comfort and confidence you deserve. Because growing old is inevitable, but suffering through it is not. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.